So, on 3 days ago, as you can see right here on the Altcoin Doctors channel, I showed you that this is the most unprecedented Bitcoin weekly open in 270 days. And exactly in that video right here, as you can see, Bitcoin was around $64,000 level. I said we were going to come or see the massive push to the downside to the $60,000 level. And boom, today, as you can see right here, on the chart, Bitcoin is exactly at that $60,000 level. So I warned you before time. As you can see, we had the plan, we traded the plan, and as you can see, everything has happened exactly as predicted. So before I go into the video today, just want to show you or remind you that we have just launched our group right here. The aim is just to come together and try to have 100x, right? We call it the altcoin doctors challenge, where we are trying to trade $1,000 into $100,000. I'm going to be showing you all my trades, every analysis, and every single insider tips and strategies right there to your phone. Do you want to make bucks when the market goes up or goes down? As you can see right here, this was the last trade we had. As you can see, a massive 900%. Imagine you had just $200 right here, you would have made $2,000. This was another trade right here we had on Jasmine, which we did around another 240%. So if you have not joined us, links are in the description. Please come join us, and without further ado, let us push right back to the chart. Right, so we are on the chart right here for Bitcoin versus the USD Theta. We're on the daily time frame. Binance is the data source, and in our last video I showed you this sort of rectangle which is forming here. We said this is some sort of a bull flag. If we flip to the weekly, we said that this was a massive bull flag which was forming, that if we see price push from the downside, see this sort of consolidation, we said we wanted to see price above the $67,000 level, that if price failed to push above the $67,000, we could see price push to the downside, right? And currently we are seeing that push to the downside. But guys, I want to show you that this could be a massive fake out, right? That we price push into this $57,000 level and reverse, and I'll show you why I am saying that is a massive fake out. This chart right here, this is what we call the USDT dominant. So not a lot of people are paying attention to this chart, but this chart right here is telling us the USDT dominance, that we could see one more dump right here for Bitcoin, and I'll show you why the Bitcoin dominance is very important. As you can see right here, exactly on the 28th of July 2024, we saw that the Bitcoin dominance, take note, the Bitcoin dominance saw a massive push to the upside. And what happened to Bitcoin? Let's check the chart right here. My internet is quite slow. Can you see exactly the same day on the 27th of July, we saw a massive push to the downside, as you can see right here. If we go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, as you can see, 27th right here of July, that was exactly when we saw this massive push to the upside on the USDT dominance chart. And if we just look at Bitcoin had on the 27th, as you can see, of July, we saw a massive dump, right? So basically on the 5th of August, we saw a massive pump on Bitcoin. As you can see, the USDT dominance exactly right here on the 5th of August, we saw a dump, right? As you can see right here, last but not the least, on 6th of September 2024, we saw that the USDT dominance began to push to the downside right here. And if we just flip right here, as you can see, on the 6th of September 2024, as you can see, 6th of September, we began to see Bitcoin pushing to the downside, right? So every time we see that the USDT dominance began to push to the upside, as you can see right here 3 days ago, right here 29th of September, we began to see the USDT dominance push to the upside right here. And as you can see, basically same thing for Bitcoin. On 29th of September, we began to see this push to the downside. So basically, if you can read the chart for the USDT dominance, you would be able to see exactly what is going to happen to Bitcoin in the next 1, 2, 3 days, right? And currently what the Bitcoin dominance is showing is that we basically are forming this sort of massive triangle right here on the Bitcoin dominance. So currently we could still see one more push to the upside right here for the Bitcoin dominance into that resistance at 46.23%. So we could still see furthermore upside right here for the Bitcoin dominance basically. And if we continue to see that upside for the Bitcoin dominance, it basically means one thing, that we could continue to see a downward trend right here for Bitcoin towards this $56,000 level. So mind you, expect that we could still see further downside right here for Bitcoin, probably even today or tomorrow, as we could still see prices push to the downside. And if we just flip right back to the chart, remember, we continue to say that so far prices continue to remain in this sort of consolidation. We could still see prices push towards that $57,000 to $58,000 level, where we have another major support, right? So that is what we are expecting, that we could see price come towards that level. If we flip over to the daily time frame, you can see that better. As you can see right here, that prices continue to push right back down, and our next major support level is around that $58,000 level. So expect to see prices right here at that level, and that level we could begin to buy Bitcoin, expecting that push to the upside, right? Another reason we are a bit bearish right here is if we look at right here our TSI chart. We said usually when our TSI chart was oversold, that is when you want to be getting into Bitcoin right here. And when we are oversold, you want to be getting out. As you can see, when we are oversold right here, flipping red, and we saw that push to the upside, overbought, we saw a dump, right? Oversold right here, as you can see, our TSI was flipping the red indication, showing that we are very oversold right here. And then we were buying at this level. We saw a massive reversal from that push from 53 down to the upside, and currently we were seeing massive overbought levels right here on the Bitcoin chart, and we have seen this push to the downside. So expect our prices to push towards those oversold levels right here for Bitcoin, and that is when we are going to be accumulating even more Bitcoin for a push to the upside. So currently we could still see one more push right here towards that $56,000 level, as everything is showing that we could see prices have that one more push. Let me just get this. We could see one more push right here to the downside for Bitcoin towards that $57,000 level before we see any sort of push to the upside for Bitcoin. So that is the update right here on BTC. If you like the channel, please do not forget to click on the like button, click on subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed week ahead.